Warning. Warning. The DHB is on lockdown. Everything is on lockdown. Your life? Fucking lockdown. You are now all in the Gulag. Make yourself comfortable, bitches. Shit's about to get heavy.
Hello everyone, hello there, welcome to the Gulag show here with the DHB Presents. We are of course still on lockdown. I am Scott Taylor, the normal host of the DHB radio show. I am currently hosting the Gulag lockdown show because obviously we're stuck in our fucking houses. I hope you are too. Don't leave the house. One shot per week, arseholes. Of course, joining me on camera, as you can see, is the wonderful Tattie. Tattie, how the fuck are you doing, pal?
Hello, sir. Long time no speak.
Tattie, it's genuinely quite delighted to see you. It's been too long since we've had a good kind of confab. How are you keeping?
Aye.
Aye. So
Yeah.
we are obviously waiting for Steve to arrive because Steve, as we can imagine, is late. I mean, I know it might surprise you, but Steve's a little bit late. I think he's having.
He's a busy man.
Well, I mean, we're all busy men these days, you know. Because I mean, you were telling me before the show there, you haven't been on the DHB since what 2014?
16.
16, sorry.
16, yeah.
So you haven't been on the show for 4 years.
Yeah, it was June. I think it was June or July, I think it was, yeah.
So are you telling me then that we have relaxed our quota of abuse dragged out your good self?
I don't know that.
In the space of 4 years, we have not, attacked you once. What's going on there? Fucking hell.
Maybe not in show, but other forms of abuse is, yeah, mental, physical.
Yes, that's true. So, Tattie, obviously the Gulag is more relaxed, obviously a little bit quieter because I can't speak too loudly because of course there's family above me that are sleeping. But we thought we'd get together, get on camera, and have a chat and stuff, and see how things are. How have you been keeping? And now, listen, last time we spoke to you on the show 4 years ago, clearly. You had kind of made allude to the fact that you were in poor health. I mean, obviously, we're not going to go into details of what's going on with yourself, but you've had a pretty rough ride the last 4 years, haven't you?
It's not been the best, yeah. Yeah, 2 major surgeries, laid out for a long time, yeah. But the last time I was on, I got more of a ripping for not being engaged, which did happen.
Oh, that's right, yes. So you have finally put a ring in it, as they say in the Beyonce circles.
Yeah. So that was, the end of 2016. We got engaged.
Shit.
And then I went downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 2017 I had a major surgery. 2018 was recovery. And then it went all a bit peat-towing last year again. So,
Aye. Because I mean, without obviously giving too much away with your personal medical history here, of course, but you were at one point there, you were damn near at kind of knocking on devil's door a little bit, You were.
It wasn't great. Yeah, I was on a concoction of morphine, and I'm still on Oxycontin at the moment. But yeah, basically I've had most of my bowel removed, but that's as much as I'll go into that. But
yes,
yeah, it's been a different few years, put at least. Yeah.
I think what I love is that. Despite the fact that you were damn near at death's door, and despite the fact that we nearly lost you, Ty, to be fair, let's be fair. Despite that fact, you're still, on the WhatsApps giving me dogs abuse, which has been wonderful. Even during the points when you were at your lowest, you would still jump in because I think you're a bit like me, where you like to keep your shit quiet. When you're suffering, you keep it kind of to yourself a little bit, and you kind of project that kind of.
Yeah.
How can I say, project your kind of angst on others, if you will. That's maybe the way to put it.
If you know, you know.
Yes.
As most people that are in a circle knows, but it's not really a conversation you want to have. Some of the surgeries I've had has not probably been the best, and it's kind of intimate, some of it. So yeah, you're not one to go into broadcast what's happened really.
No, of course.
But people are nosy as fuck. They'll try any means to find out your information. So.
So I mean, of course, I mean you being from the arsehole of Scotland in Wick, there is that the armpit of Scotland, in fact, is that you you live in quite a small community, quite a small area. Everybody
Everyone knows
needs to
your
know
business.
your business. So if you had
Everyone
folks
knows your
sniffing
business.
around and saying, "What's going on, Ty? What's happening? How you doing? What to give us the goss."
I'll be completely honest. I got to the stage here in 2017. I, I'll be honest about it. I had to get a colostomy back, and people were hinting they knew that there was something going on, and I just got to the stage where I was just lifting up my t-shirt and go, "Yeah, I've had that done," and then they would walk off and just, embarrassed as fuck,
In horror.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. So you ask the question, stop being nosy, fuck off, pretty much,
Exactly. Leave me in peace. So, I
Yeah,
mean, the thing is, I mean, obviously, we're currently in a lockdown situation here. We've been locked down for what last kind of I'm going to say 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's been now
yeah.
in the UK here. We've been shut down, and now, I mean, obviously, there are people online who are going fucking stir crazy. People who are losing their minds because they can't go out and get haircuts, and their croissant in the morning. Now, Ty, tell us exactly how long you've been locked down for now.
Start of February last year, so over a year.
Oh, Jesus! So
Yeah,
you've been stuck within those four walls since like a
pretty
year and a
much.
bit.
Yeah, a bit more freedom now until lockdown happened, but
Uh
you know, I'm laughing at people complaining because they had their blow cut, dry, and set. Fucking
yes.
get a grip. It's. I was pretty much in the house. I think I was at the house maybe half a dozen times
Aye.
all of last year. Uh,
Jesus.
so yeah, get a grip. It's only a couple
Bloody
of few weeks,
hell, man. Well, you know
but
what, Ty? It's damn good to speak to you. I know it's been like 4 years. Oh, we've got a new follower, Don Cockle. Hello. It's been a fair while since you've kind of been on the show and stuff, and I'm glad to see you back, personally,
oh, thanks,
because
pal.
let's face it. You probably more than most who've come on the show have suffered absolute fucking dog's abuse.
I definitely got a trial by fire by you and Lurch on the
Yes.
first ever show. So
I was going to
that was,
say,
you know, it's bad when you've got listeners, phoning in complaining and
man, we
just saying
had.
that's enough.
I mean, for those of you who don't know what happened there, I mean, of course, poor Tatty here on his first show was facing me and Lurch. And Lurch, as we all know, isn't the most delicate of chaps. And, I mean, you were torn, we could say a third arsehole, to be fair, a little bit. And the amount, but the thing is, though, the amount of, I'm fucking this camera, the amount of complaints that we had from folks saying, listen, that went too far, poor ties, no wheel, you guys have really kind of been too brutal, and blah, blah, blah. And people were hurt for you, Ty. They were in pain
what
for you, essentially.
what they don't know is that it was my first show, so I was a bit shy, a bit quiet, probably a little bit like now, in fact. But in messages after the show, don't you worry, I was getting my.
Oh, yes.
I was getting my own back, trust me. But
That's it. So, I mean, how have you been coping? Obviously, the concern is, Ty. Now, I mean, we're being maybe a bit more serious on this show than we would be on the DHB, because we're all in hard times here. We're all in a kind of strange situation here that we're not used to. The economy is crumbling. Fucking, we're all crumbling. We're all going stir crazy. We're all stuck in our homes with our families who hate us. It's wonderful. Is that, for yourself especially, though, you are probably the most immunocompromised person that I know. You've got, if this virus hits you, then you're going to have a fight. I'm
it's
assuming.
not going to be good. But then, I'm probably healthier now than I've ever been for a long time. So,
Ah,
you know, I've had the surgery done. I got the things dealt with. I've had to get dealt with, and really, I'm on a road to recovery now. It's a bit of a long-winded road to recovery, but we're getting there, moving forward. But yeah, it's in a better position. But yeah, I don't want to go and catch this stuff. It's
I mean,
not the best.
I think the thing is the good thing for you is, you're still quite a young man. You're still.
I
Apart
don't
from
know.
well, you're younger than me certainly. Fucking, still quite a young man. You're still doing. Healthy wise, you're better than you have been for a while. To be fair. I'm pretty confident that you'll be okay. Me, however, I'm doomed. I'm fucking doomed, Ty. Look at me. I'm like 29 plus VAT here, and But
What, weight or age?
shushed. Now that's
Okay.
hurtful. That's wrong. Listen. So, but what's
I got
good
no
though
room to
is,
speak there, my fan. I got no room to speak.
but but see, my situation is that on the 16th of this month, I started showing symptoms of coronavirus. So I had the cough. I was a really sore throat, cough, and bringing up mucus as well to a tight chest. No fever, thankfully though, but a
That's
really
good.
runny nose and stuff. So I did the online checks with the NHS Scotland website, and they said, look, you need to get, you have to self isolate. So I've been isolating since the 16th, and of course I have to isolate for 7 days, which means Rubes and the kids have to isolate for 14
Yeah.
days. So we are stuck in the fucking house doing nothing, right? But I'm lucky. I'm lucky that my employer, who they're quite keen to get me back on the go again, because I work in quite a key role in my second job,
Yeah.
and so they organised a COVID test for me. So I had to. Now this test was like a fucking 30-minute drive away in a different town entirely. I had to drive up north to Huntly. I had to pull into this car park with a big green tent. It was like something out of the film Quarantine. I had to drive into this car park. I had to drive into this big tent. Excuse me. And there was people in full PPE, full kind of battle suits, the whole shooting match, who would come towards me. I had to crack the window open a little bit. They basically, with a swab, raped my mouth and nose. Like fucking, it goes, oh, this might make you coke, and digging in my throat. Oh, fucking just.
Oh.
I could never be gay, honestly, because see, when you go past my front teeth, so
That's funny you should say it there. Can I know? Can I know anymore?
well, of course, because you haven't got an arsehole. So, sorry, too harsh, sorry. And then, of course, they go up the nose. And then, so this poor woman who's in the full mask and shield and the whole shooting match is swabbing up my nose with a stick going up the nose. And because it's so tickly, I sneeze right in her face.
man.
Right? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So I was then commanded then to get the window back up again and drive away, and that's it. So I'm now in the process of waiting for the. There's like a 48-hour window you have to wait
Okay.
for your results to come through again, and before you can, if you know you've got it or not. So I'm hoping. See, my thinking is I haven't got it because I've got off kind of relatively lightly so far when it comes to the fucking symptoms. That's the word. See, I'm fuddled in the brain. Is that I mean, I still feel okay, but I've been fatigued as hell. Like I've been sleeping a lot if I can. Sleeping later in the mornings. I'm gonna get up as well. My chest is tight. I'm runny nose, coughing up lumps of crap. I'm hoping that it's only a cold, because if it's only a cold, then I can go back to work. I can go back to my job, and I can help people if I can. But right now, I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs and going crazy. The Rubes and the kids are stuck here too. So if I get the all clear, we can go for a walk again once a day. We can go out the house for briefly. We can do things again. We can go and get our own shopping, which is a fucking bonus. It's just health though. I mean, how have you found lockdown up in the Highlands so far? Have people been respecting things so far, have you found, or what's the word?
I think it's kind of like yourself. Like, there's some people are taking this serious, and then there's others aren't. I was sitting in my sitting room last Friday, and there was a group of people walking down the street, and then they obviously noticed some of their friends, and then they were hugging on top of the street. It's that's what you've got. That's what you're up against. So yeah. I don't think people take it seriously as they should be up in where we're from, because they think they're so far north that they're kind of immune to stuff.
I think that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, we'll look at down here, for example. I mean, even around here, the worst people for breaking this quarantine, this lockdown, have been the old folk. The old folk who think, you know what, it's only a bug, and they're out for a walk and they're meeting in the street for a chat and stuff, and they're going to their pals' houses. And I mean, it's fucking madness. It's madness. These are the people it's going to affect the worst. Look at, for example, a story came out today about there was a care worker in a old folks home there in Aberdeen, and whose family was showing symptoms. So they should have said, right, I'm now on self-isolation for 14 days. But no, they thought, I'll go to work. I'm fine, I'll go to work. They went to work. Subsequently, there's been six deaths, seemingly, in this care home of
Oh
pensioners,
man,
which linking to this member of staff going in when they shouldn't have gone in. Which, it's wiping out care homes. Everyone's getting fucked up.
it's just madness. Our world is going to hell, and it's worse than it. As you know, like back in the day, we both worked on the doors, and you do see a ridiculous amount of idiots, but there just seems to be more on the go right now for some reason. I don't know what it is, or people just going nuts, being stuck in the house, but yeah, nuts.
Do you know what it is, Tatty? I think, again, like you said, we've both had a history of working in the doors, and even then, I mean, I was in the doors for 25 years,
Yeah.
and even during those 25 years, I was still would find myself not surprised by, or sorry, I say not surprised, surprised by how people could act. Is that in
Oh,
25 years, things still shocked me about how badly people could act, especially drunk people. It's just fucking. It's almost like, I mean, there's even people around here. I mean, here we are in sleepy old Meldrum, in the heart of Aberdeenshire, in the granary of the Geary, fucking beautiful place. And there's people out, meeting at the park for walks together. There was a friend of ours who went for a walk at a local kind of country house. Oh, you should go there. It's lovely. There's tons of people walking around the lake. You're like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What's going on?
it's
Just
just
nobody
madness,
is
and
taking it seriously. There's people dying. Americans are the fucking worst, by the way. I'm sorry, Statty, to steamroll in here, but Americans, have you seen that they're now taking to the streets to protest about being locked down? There's big signs they're holding saying,
I did.
I need a haircut. I need to go for a massage. Massages are
Yeah,
essential. You're like, you don't want to lock down free to go back to work. You want people to go back to work for you, for your benefit. You absolute shitbags.
I
They're just
seen that
fucking
same
idiots.
interview, and I seen the guy, and he's like, "I need to go back to work. I need to support my family." And I was like, "Right, okay, I get that. To understand." And then it cut to Brenda, and Brenda was pissed off because you're having a cut, set, and blow dry, in a fortnight, and
It's fucking,
you're
it's
just sitting open
oh
mouthed,
my god, man, it's
Uh,
ridiculous. Like, it's
you
even
know,
like, I mean, for example, I mean, before I had the symptoms and before I had to kind of shut down myself or isolate, there's a shop nearby. There's a small kind of like supermarket nearby that we go to, and of course, when you go there now, thankfully the staff are all behind kind of perspex screens. That when you queue outside, they only allow two folk in the store at one time, which is fine because it helps you keep your distance away from everybody else. When you go inside, and you know yourself, these staff are having to work, fucking like 14-hour days dealing with arseholes who expect still go in and buy their regular shoppings and don't care about social boundaries. They've had to like close off aisles because people are like jammed in together and shit. It's mad. But I was standing in this queue, and of course, there was like 2 meter gaps between each person in the queue. That was just fine. And then you had this couple up near the front who were maybe like three folk ahead of me. And this poor lad, this poor guy who's like an employee at the shop, comes out and says, "Look, I'm really sorry, folks, but it's only one person per basket per trolley. Could one of you perhaps maybe wait in your car for your partner to do the shopping for you?" And the husband went ballistic. "I can't fucking believe
uh,
this. How fucking dare you? There should be a fucking sign in that window saying I can't come in here. Blah blah blah." And everyone in the queue's like, "Wise up, you fucking tatty. It's a virus that can kill you. You're grey haired. You're probably fucked anyway, pal, if it gets you. Why are you going to go in the shop with your missus so you can look at fucking ham together? You absolute tube."
it's the
Just,
same at Christmas. I used to work in a supermarket when I was younger on security, and
oh, that's a
local,
horrible job.
yeah. So I think it was Christmas Eve, and we're locking up, and we're letting the last customers out, and the one guy rolls up, and I did feel kind of sorry for him because he rolled up to his Christmas shop, but it was like 7 o'clock. It's like 7:10. It was no more in. So the guy threatens me and says that he's going to stab me and stuff. I
Oh,
was like, right,
nice.
okay. So that's fine. I just panned it off and went down to a local bar. You know, he says, next time I see you, you're going to get stabbed. And then I walk into the bar, and he is the first face I see. And I'm like, right, am I going to get stabbed or no? And then he just scarpers off. But people just act like idiots. They'll never change.
Oh man,
And
it really is.
it doesn't matter what, people be told, you got to do this, and people just, push the boundaries as much as they can. It's I'm just this pandemic is taking the worst and it based it in people, but yeah.
Absolutely, Paul. Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, like you said, I mean, even like, there was even people like Steve mentioned in the last show about these community groups you get. The community groups you have on Facebook that are based on around where you live. And I mean, even in community groups I've seen about folks, obviously Thursday nights you go outside and you clap or you cheer, and to try and get those who work for the NHS to hear you and hopefully get some kind of support, knowing that you're there behind them and you believe in them and thank you so much for what they're doing and stuff and blah blah. But then you get folk on there who are obviously typing with their foreheads, smashing the fucking keyboard, headbutting away, saying IR thinks it is bad. Why are we clapping? That is nonsense. That is their job. Oh Jesus Christ! I just what's your job? Cleaning fucking lavies, you piece of bastard. It infuriates me. Fucking rages me up. Oh man. So listen, we are being dire as fuck here, Steve. Ty. We're being dire as fuck here. We need to lighten things up a little bit. How the hell have you been otherwise? What's new with yourself?
Pretty good. I think the last time we were living in a little flat, which was tiny.
Yes.
It was ridiculous tiny. We've now moved, so that was good. And we're planning on getting married this year, but that's obviously with my health and now this is out the window. So that's giving me more time to organise that. So that's maybe going to happen next year. So
right,
yeah, it's all life's good really, apart from the obvious problems. But yeah, it's just getting older.
so Tattie, I think the important question to ask here, and I think that all the listeners who are watching live are on the edge of their seats asking too as well, is that when you do get married, is what important job will I have?
You have got an important job.
I mean, no pressure, but just say it,
your chief bridesmaid.
Oh yes, yes, exactly what was needed.
No, I think you'll be up with me. You'll be up with me at the altar, and I'm going to get you as the compere. I think it was called, is it?
That's right.
So,
now, Steve, I mean, obviously, it's traditional, of course, for only the normally the groom and the best man and the father of the bride and stuff to make speeches, and some occasionally the bride, as well too. But I mean, should you need someone to volunteer to stand there and give a speech about your good self, then I am totally willing to do that for you. I'll take that. Listen, Steve, who's got more balls than you, has asked me to be his best man. Do you know how fucking mad he is? You know what I'm going to do to that man? I'm going to destroy him on his wedding day. What
does he know? Does he know what he's unleashed?
Oh, exactly.
That's I thought about this, and I thought about really who's him best man, and you're up there, and I thought
I'm up there.
Came to speeches, and I'm like, oh. No, it cannot be. It's
oh dear.
No,
that's hurtful.
I was at your own wedding, which was a lovely day a few years ago, and I heard the speeches, and I heard your own speeches, and then that's really when I made my mind up that you weren't going to be my best man. Was probably back then,
right?
Because I may look stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
That's hurtful. That's hurtful, Daddy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we all heard about Fraser's speech as well. So Fraser's wedding.
Please bless him. He went for it. But then, of course, I mean, my speech, was moderately okay. But however, there's nothing more off-putting when you're trying to give a speech at your own wedding. When you're standing there, you're kind of, you're nervous because it's your wedding day, it's your big day, you want to impress your wife and her family, and and that's fine. But there's nothing more off-putting when you're in full stride in the middle of your speech, and in walks a drunk man dressed like the Joker.
Yeah, slow clapping.
Jesus, I mean, the Lurch. God bless him. I love that man dearly, but holy, who thinks I'm going to go to a wedding dress like the Joker, and just walk in mid-speech and start fucking, slow clapping, and then proceed to vomit all over the bathrooms, and then have,
Oh yeah, that was horrendous.
man, it's unbelievable.
He also told well, we won't say his name because for other reasons, but he also told the person they took with him that it was a fancy dress party that he was going to, and he arrived as I think it was Noddy.
No, he arrived as no, he arrived as Robin. So,
All right.
so, so, Lurch had told him, but his gig is better though. Lurch had told him, obviously, no, it's fancy dress. So wear fancy dress. You're my plus one. So fancy dress. We're gonna go as superheroes. So our super villains, superheroes. I'm gonna go as well. I'll pick one. I'm gonna go as, but you need to pick one. So he thought, well, Lurchy's maybe gonna go as Batman. So I'll go as Lurchy had said, go as a superhero, a supervillain. So in his plus one's mind, he thought, I'm going to go as Robin of Sherwood. You see? So when we heard Joker and Robin were coming, we thought, oh, great, Joker and Robin, Batman, Joker. No, Batman, Joker, of course, yes, but Robin of Sherwood, the full kind of grey, brown kind of kit with the kind of trim and the bow and arrow and shit, and he was fucking Robin of Sherwood.
I think one day, as the only wedding, I don't think I've ever laughed so much in all my life.
Oh, man.
I was in the corner with Lurchy for 10 minutes and I couldn't breathe. The man has set a shop up in the corner of your own wedding.
He came in with stock. That's right.
Yeah. Beef jerky, sweeties, a lot. I was impressed. And then he got hammered.
He got fucking blitzed. This is the same man who came into the wedding and signed the wedding book that we will cherish forever and keep close to our hearts, and signed it with a complete menu for his £20 mix. What's wrong with this boy? He had a wee shop in the corner of the fucking wedding hall, selling pretzels and sweeties, and the fuck are you doing,
Telly Butcher. Yeah, brilliant.
Man. Just brutal.
He's a man who's right. I heard the clap when I looked around, and I was like, oh, he hasn't. I didn't know if you knew, but then
I had no idea beforehand.
Oh,
no idea.
Man,
he's a loose cannon. He's a loose cannon. I mean, even doing these shows with the man, I love the man dearly. He's fantastic, but holy shit, he's a loose cannon. You don't know what to expect. I mean, Christ. And the worst thing is though is that Lurchy, bless him, when he does a show, it's almost like a kind of therapy. He has to release things, and he says things that you're like, should you be saying that? And there's been a few occasions in the kind of like recent shows where you're like, oh, maybe I should stop you before you say any more.
I've had people ask me, is that really just an act that puts on? And I'm like, no, no, that's he's pretty steady on his personality that way. It's always, that's not put on for a show. That's who Lurch is.
So Tattie, I mean, to go off track a little bit entirely here as well, I need to ask you, of course, recently I posted a video on my personal page of a beautiful rainbow that was sent to me. Well, it wasn't. Let me give you a bit of backstory. So your father messaged me out of the blue saying, "Hey Scotty, listen, I need a wee favour. I want to wind up Tattie, and could you by chance draw a rainbow on like a kid's kind of rainbow on a bit of paper and stick it in your window and write in like kind of kids writing by Steev and Taylor, age 36. Obviously, how to dig it yourself. Now, I don't know what the backstory is here. I don't know if you're pissed off at rainbows or what it is that he's done this for.
No idea.
No idea.
This is all new to me. I came in on Saturday night. I was out in the garden for a bit of fresh air. I'm like, oh, you've been tagging a post. I'm like, right, okay. And then it comes up, you've been tagging a post by Scott Taylor, and I was like, oh, this is not going to be good, whatever it is.
Oh, okay, hurtful, rude. Okay.
So I was like, the thing was, he didn't really get my age right. He's my own dad, and he got my age wrong. That kind of hurt a lot.
That's the bit that I love the most.
Yeah.
That he got your age wrong. That's fucking ace.
Yeah, okay, I'm 36 shortly, but yeah, I think he's forgot when Max's birthday is, but I'll remind the bastard later on. But my mum and dad actually lived next door to us, and I was watching this video, and then I heard a tap at the window, and here he is, delighted with himself because he's got one on. Now my dad is new to Facebook as well, and he he gets it to a certain extent, but he
Right.
posts it to every fucking buy and sell page there is in local.
That was the thing that
Nothing
got
to
me
do
though.
with
Was
So like,
there's groups that he was forwarding this link to groups that of this video of groups that had no idea who you are, probably
no,
just fucking having a go at you.
fucking Kate in his cars, and I was like, okay, I say, I don't know why that needs to be said on there,
I know.
but okay, Dad, because I was
Exactly.
getting messages from people like, you can your dad's photo. I said, yes, I know. It's a fucking dick.
Can I just
But there's
quickly?
one.
Sorry to button tie there, but can I just quickly introduce to this conversation the man, the late man, however, I mean, I'm saying late, I mean by like almost 50 minutes late. It is the Steve himself, Stephen Early. Stephen Early, how are you doing, sir? Oh God, you sound
Oh,
terrible. Not only is your camera awful, but your microphone's awful. Have you gone into your top right corner? There's a wee cog there. Click that and check your settings. Make sure your microphone's set to the right one you're using. That's at your face. Oh jeez. Well, good luck with that. So, so Tatty, while Steve, wrecks our fucking audio, pissing around. So, what did your old man say to you afterwards?
he's delighted himself. He's like a dog with two cocks, I got you. But I'm warning you now. Whoever's been involved in this,
Right.
we'll call it prank. We'll call it a prank. It wasn't really much a prank.
It was a great prank.
Yeah, there is going to be repercussions for this.
Well, there shouldn't be. I mean, let's face it. I mean,
there is.
Well, Ty, let me point out to you. I mean, if you look at the picture that was sent to you, and I'll post the picture on the group chat so they can see it as well too, and the video, of course, as well, so that everyone can see it. Is that is that the rainbow was done by me, beautifully, may I add, by me. The text, however, was done by the Rubes. Now I'm not throwing her under the bus here, but it wasn't just me, pal.
The last time, to be fair, because the last time I played prank, it did kind of backfire a little bit. It was a glitter bomb. It landed all over your beard, and your missus' new recently hoovered and cleaned house.
You are so lucky she didn't fucking flip her shit, pal. Well, she did back then, but
I was a lot of glitter.
Can I just quickly apologise for the kind of feedback noise you're getting right now, folks, on the video stream here, because Potato Steve. Now, let me clarify. Steve, whose PC is running like a fucking RTX GeForce Ninja bastard card, who has got a dedicated dual screen setup with top of the range PC and top of the range gaming chair there, of course, as well too, who is sitting there sounding like he's speaking through a fucking tatty sack. So, I mean, I don't mean to have a go, but fucking hell, Steve, what's wrong with you, pal?
Sounds like he's underwater a little bit.
Jesus, that is disgusting. Just a constant buzz. Now, I can see him on the camera. He's messing around with a headset. He's clearly thought my microphone's fucking bullshit. Oh, here we go, look. Oh.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, yes, sir. Here he is. Look. Oh, hello, Steve. How you doing?
Hear me now.
Whoa, there's no need to shout.
Jesus H. Christ, Steve, what's wrong with you? I mean, listen, again, I'm not having to go at you, Steve, because I love you dearly and everything else. But I mean, not only are you like 3/4 an hour late, but also your webcam was made in 1945. Your audio setup there is controlled by bees. Is that here you are with your super RTX GeForce fucking Ninja graphics card and your top of the range PC and your dual screen, your dedicated shed with your tinfoil surroundings. Steve, how is your audio and video so bad?
I didn't get a chance to set anything up. As you know, I was running a bit late. I just sort of dove on. I don't know what I've done, to be honest with you. Fuck knows. The headset seems to work, so it's all good. So, I'll warn you now, I was fucking about with overclocking on the PC earlier on, so I may just cut off and disappear at some point.
Unbelievable.
PC in a ball of fire.
Yeah.
So
it's all good.
So Steve, obviously now that you're here, how are you coping with the shutdown, the lockdown? Obviously we're now into week 4. Is it week 4 now? Fuck knows. The days it's now basically March the fucking 75th. Who knows?
Yes.
So
thereabouts.
How are you coping?
All right, actually, to be honest with you, sitting in my shed most days, which is Mind them, you know,
You
like
jammy bastard.
no 5G in here, you know.
Oh.
It's like I don't know. I kind of miss, like, I'm missing a lot because obviously I'm having to sit and respond to emails and such with work. But yeah, I can hear Felicity out in the garden playing about, and I'm missing out on that. But other than that, it's relatively stress free. Right. So here we go. I'm going to sidetrack a little bit, but it's almost relevant. The reason I'm late tonight is because I was trying to fix my fucking car, which has been doing my face in for the last few. It failed MOT like 2 days before the lockdown.
Right.
I was like, bastard. And you know what it was? It was a little spring on my handbrake lever. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to just replace the spring. I'll do the right thing and I'll replace the whole brake, like the whole caliper. And then that way, you know, there's no reason for it to fault again for a while.
Okay.
And, you know, I thought, right, I'll do the right thing. So I replaced this caliper. And I bought a pair of rear calipers because I thought I'll do them both, and then that way they're both done. They're out the way, nice new shiny brakes, and everything will be hunky dory. And I fitted them, and then the brakes were like fading a bit. You know, you push the pedal and it would sort of disappear, and I was like, oh fuck, all right, okay, this is odd. So I thought, you know what, Vauxhalls are bad for, like, what they do is they flip seals in the brake pedal when you bleed them. So I thought, right, I've obviously fucked that. That's my own fault. I'll replace it. That's cool. So I replaced it, and the problem was still there. And I thought, fuck. But now I've done this, I need to bleed all my brakes. And the front calipers wouldn't bleed because the nipples snapped. So I had to buy new front calipers. I hate when
nipples snap. That's the worst thing that can happen to you.
So now I've had to put 4 new calipers on my car, plus a new master cylinder, and change all the brake hoses because I thought they were fucked as well. Only to find out tonight that it's not cured it. So I'm like, right.
Oh no.
So,
man.
Fuck, man. So luckily it's not actually, because it's an old Vauxhall, it's cost next to fuck all to do all this. I'm kind of like that. Well, we'll glory on with it. I think I probably just need a second man to help me bleed the brakes.
No, Steve. What you need to do is focus on said Vauxhall and not have like 15 projects going at the same time. Because let's put it, Steve. Now I'm going to throw open the world here. What happens with yourself is that, you know, here you are. You're probably stuck in yon shed for I'm going to say a good kind of 78 hours a day. Doing work shit, and then when you get that limit, now of course you've got a kid, you've got a partner, you know, you need to spend time with them. So unlike us all, when they go to bed, you might get maybe 1 to 2 hours of your time yourself, so which you can then sneak away and perhaps work in the car or do things for yourself or go online and speak to fat people on the internet. So
yes,
easy now.
But Steve, here's the problem though, right? Here's the problem is that you tend to juggle like 15 projects at one time. Not only are you fixing the Vauxhall, you're fixing the old Subaru. You were posting photographs of your resprayed fucking brake calipers and everything else as well. Doing that. You're working on other folks' cars. You're working on my motorbikes. You're working on other projects. You're working on revamping the shed. You're rebuilding the PC. You've got like 1,000 projects in the go, which you fit into 2 hours per evening, Steve. This is your problem. This is why shit's not getting done.
I was overclocking my PC today, but I built a tiny fucking gaming computer.
Oh,
how cool is this? Look at the size of that.
Jesus, good
it's
Lord.
Fucking tiny. It's what? So that was kind of like today's. I mean, I was working. Don't get me wrong. I was doing work. I was answering emails and stuff, but also building hardware.
Lovely.
By the way, this thing's a wee beast. I'm away to sell it on.
Okay.
But I've had it lying about, and I thought, you know what, it's going to go to waste if I don't. And then I got an absolute bargain of a graphics card off of eBay. So I thought, fuck it, we'll just build it up to a gaming computer.
Stop spending money, Stephen.
It wasn't much.
Listen, listen. When you
He's
say
in group chat the other day.
Exactly.
Group chat the other day talking about him on a top end graphics card. Probably cost you both kidneys.
Steve, tell us what you bought. Yeah. Now, of course, bearing in mind, right? Bearing in mind, I'm not going to go yet, but bearing in mind, we are in lockdown. We've been stuck at home for a certain amount of time. We're probably on I don't know about yourself, but we're certainly on furloughed pay. Poor Tattie here is on fucking super sick pay. You know,
beans.
Is that exactly beans? Is that, you know, the economy is crumbling. Oil has reached minus prices in the US. People are jobless everywhere. The economy is on its arse. And you spent how much on your last graphics card?
Oh, on the last one, it was 80 quid.
No, sorry, this one. This current one I meant, sorry. The one you bought like last week. This current.
I got it. I pre-ordered it and got it at a good price.
Right, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that.
That's
You
in
got a
case.
good price. That's a boost. How
That's
much
in
will that
case he
good?
misses listening.
How much will that good price be, Steve?
I'm not at liberty to discuss.
I mean, are we talking in the hundreds or what's
Yeah, I mean, it was, let's say, over 100.
Okay, we'll say that. And then, of course, there's the full respray of the massive Messi brake calipers there on the.
They were done last
Scooby.
year. It was just no, they were done last year.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I apologise.
That cost like, what was that? 140 quid to get all 4 calipers powder coated,
Right.
and then I had to buy a seal kit to rebuild it all. That's all.
Okay, well, fair enough, but I'm just saying, like, that, I mean, you are a man, for example, right, let me give you an example, and this will appeal more to those of you out there who are gamers, who are kind of, gaming fans, is that, Steve's like, oh yeah, we should totally go on to PS4 and play some Red Dead Redemption 2. And I'm like, well, I can't, Steve, because I've let it lapse. I wasn't using the online aspect of the PS4, so I haven't paid for it for like a year. I said, but I might put a foot back in the water, pay like the £5 a month, to get in. Oh no, Steve, just buy the year, buy like what was it, fucking 40 quid. But I'm not gonna spend 40 quid when I might not use it for a year. I might use it for a month and that'll be it.
Yeah, but think of it this way:
right?
If you pay the 40 quid. Then you're kind of tied. You have to use it. I mean, it's a good excuse.
But I don't need to use it.
I need to use it.
But what am I going to use it for?
I don't like that logic. I tried that with Jim once, didn't work out.
Well, Jim's a totally different thing. But the PlayStation, right? So if you pay your $5.99 a month for 12 months, that's a hell of a lot more than the £42 that you're paying for a full year.
But I'm not going to be on it for 12 months. I'm going to be on it for a month until we're all bored of playing fucking Red Dead together again, and then I'll cancel it, and that'll be it. There's nothing else to play online in that system. Jesus Christ.
Nah, there's some good games in there.
Yeah, but not that I play online. What's wrong with you?
Well, hey, I've got games on there that I play. Okay, so
gentlemen, let me go off track here entirely, because this is boring chat for those who are listening to the show live or on the podcast.
Chastising me like you're my mum.
I totally should be your mum, because good God, Stephen, the times that you've gone too far. Right, listen. The Gulag Show, episode 1, we've had some good feedback about episode 1, of course. The Gulag Show is a different format entirely from the DHB show. If you are a listener of the DHB show, then this is completely all kind of bullshit to you. Go back maybe 2 or 3 episodes to hear what the DHB normally is. But while we're all locked in our homes, we're doing this lockdown show, the Gulag. And so I thought, people might not enjoy it. It might be a bit too kind of pissy. There's no real format. We're just bullshitting the whole way through it. Steve's falling asleep. Is that we're just?
I am tired. I'm not falling asleep.
Is that people might not enjoy it, but we have had some positive feedback email wise. Thank you so much for those of you who've taken time to email, message, and WhatsApp and blah blah to see that you've enjoyed the last show. So one email in particular grabbed my attention that I said I would read out, and it's from a listener called Kelly G. Don't know where Kelly G is based or who or what, but Kelly G's email just hit the right note for me. Is that she'd started off by saying, good to hear you guys back. It's good to hear Steeve and Baglin on the show again, and now of course Tattie, which is, can you believe, Steve, that it's been like 4 years since we've had Tattie on the show?
Nah,
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, man. Jesus. Been a long time, yeah. We just don't get the time to do regular shows anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the only reason we've managed to do 2 consecutive, within a week, is because we're locked in the house.
Essentially, yeah, exactly.
And even then, we had to get permission.
Like, yes, we did, Di.
Excuse me, darling. Would you mind if I took an hour out tonight?
Would you mind if I went to spoke to my friends for maybe an hour? Is that okay? Oh, fucking hell. So we got an email from this Kelly G, and she writes. Now, of course, there's a bit that I'm missing out here. Of course, with good to see you guys back. Good to see Tattie, good to see Steve, blah blah. Good to see Baglin. And then it continues saying, I woke up this morning to find a new Amazon order that I'd made in the early hours. I don't remember placing it because I was pissed on a Thursday, because fuck it. She makes a good point. Now, Steve, I know that you, as well as I have been perhaps dipping into the alcohol pile a bit more than we should do during this lockdown hours.
I'll have you know, since that last podcast, I haven't touched a drop. Because
have you not?
No. because I've been feeling like shite, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I've not been drinking as much. I've just felt like utter death.
Oh no!
So I'm like, mate, you know what? We'll give it a rest.
I'm at the point because I'm stuck at home and I'm self-isolating, and I can't even go to work or fuck all. I'm at the point now where I'm even ordering whiskey from Amazon. That's how bad things are getting here because I can't go to the shop. So I've had beer delivered by my sister-in-law who brought me beer, and I bought whiskey on Amazon. How bad is that?
Nice.
I know. So Kelly G continues. Okay, first item that she bought on Amazon while pissed is a pack of incense sticks. I do actually need those. Great, she writes. Second and third item, a lamp and a pack of LED bulbs. Sweet. Fourth item, why isn't there a picture? Put my glasses on and read the text. Now here's where she's hit gold. Now bear in mind, Kelly G, drunk, on Amazon, as we've all been, as Lurch has been before, buying shit. But Kelly G's won the shit buying, because she bought, let me read the description, Easy Toys dildo collection, real dong with beautiful acorn for real feel, 17.5 centimeters flesh, 100% phthalate-free soft PVC, lifelike realistic dong with suction cup.
Oh.
Now, if you can tell me a better drunken Amazon purchase than that, then you are fucking better than me. She continues, I couldn't believe it at first, but thanked my drunk self and had a big smile the rest of the day. It's arriving next week. Hope this gives you a laugh. Take care, Kelly G. God bless you, Kelly. That's wonderful. Steve, what do you think?
What's she doing with that? Is she taking down fucking doors with that?
What do you mean, what's she doing with that? She's going to have a thing on her like like she's been fisted by an elephant.
Oh.
I've lost my tape measure. I've normally got a tape measure sitting in here, but I'm just like 17 and a half.
Oh, hold on, I've got one.
Steve, go and check. Tattie, go and check, because we need to know what 17 and a half fucking centimetres is.
You know what, Scott? I'm really heartbroken here because I had while Tattie's away, I had I joined a local group again.
Oh, lovely.
And I was doing some top class trolling, but it looks like the whole thing's been deleted.
Oh no! Oh, Steve.
Some guy getting arsey about people leaving bread in the park.
No. Jesus, man.
Oh yes, it was beautiful.
The problem is that there's been a couple of posts recently in a couple of our kind of local area community groups, and they've been just horrendously bad. But the problem is I can't share them because it's people that know our family or know our connected family. And if I go on the internet and say, Himmin, you're a fucking spesh, then it's going to cause all kinds of fucking drama here in the small village of Meldrum. Gee, oh my God. Tattie, so have you got a tape measure there, have you?
I do.
We're needing a 17.5 centimetre length.
And then we need something to give it a reference because your head's never going to fucking
That's
make
true.
it look big.
I mean,
That's going to make it look small.
I mean, let's face it, Ty, it was only last year your head was declassified as a planet. Right,
Now, what I'm going to say is, right, I now work for this, but there's one of these people in this group that has to wear a special helmet for work, and they've had to remove the foam from the helmet that gets said fucking noggin in it.
Listen, but see, the difference being Tattie is that I am kind of proportionally, so I do have a massive head, but I also have a massive body, massive legs, massive feet, massive hands, whereas you have like a regular sized body, but you've got a thing on you like Sputnik, spherical but quite pointy in parts. There's
not much of me that's regular. I'm completely honest. No.
So Tattie, the big question is 17.5 centimeters. Do you think you could accommodate that in your throat?
No, and there's no point in asking the other ring because that's no longer here anymore. It's gone. It's a fair piece, though.
That's a fair piece. I mean, what is that in inches? Just to give us a bit more of a kind of clarification.
Oh, I don't. Just under
what?
Under 7 inches.
Oh, that's smalling then.
Aren't we all?
I mean, but some girls hate it that wide. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one to brag. Jesus. So, Steve, anyway, what else is new with yourself, pal?
Is that from Gooch to Tip, or?
Ah, shh.
There's not a lot. I'll try again. There's not a lot new here, to be honest with you. As you know, that we've not done anything for the last
True.
week. I'm really, really gutted. I cannot find that for the life of me that trolling I was doing on the local group.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
So basically, this guy had been complaining about people leaving bread at the local park in this community group. Now, bear in mind, it's not actually a local group to me. So you join this group and they're like, name a street in the area that you live in. So I was like, right, Google Maps, boom, there we go. There's a street. Joined this community group and just sort of waited for it all to start to unfold. And there was a guy complaining, oh, people are leaving bread and my dog just eats it. And can you stop doing it, please? Because my dog eats the bread. And I'm not actually sure what his problem was. I mean, is bread bad for dogs?
I don't know. I think it swells up in their bellies. No, I have no idea how it works.
I don't know. But according to him, not only was I being mean to the birds, but I was being mean to his dog and whatnot. And I said, well, look, and he was like, why can't you just feed the? He says, why can't you just feed the birds in your garden? I was like, well, I can't leave the feed out there for them. You know, the dog will eat it. And he was just getting a little bit upset with me, I think. But the whole lot's been removed. I don't know where it's gone. I'm really upset because obviously it wasn't as blunt as that. I was a little bit more subtle with my teasing. I was
Subtlety is your middle name, Steve, to be fair.
Picking at him, you know, as you do.
It was a post last year about a Aberdeen hospital, and you had them all going about parking the car park and doing your Christmas shopping, and they were going ballistic. I mean, I've never seen so much hate in my life on Facebook. And you know, Steve's unjustified and said, you know, well, I'm not gonna pay for parking, I get free gear, you know, and it's cracking. You get in the bus and come back, and my God, I've never seen so many people.
Hook, line, and sinker. Like someone would actually have the audacity not just to do it, but then go and be like, "Aye, yeah," and
oh, it was wonderful. That was probably one of your better efforts. It had me in fucking notes. Listen, folks, if you're watching live the show there in the chat for the show here in the Facebook group, I've just posted the link to the Google Hangouts that we're currently in. Because we're going to finish soon, but if you're free and want to skip in for a wee chat, then click on that link. As long as you've got a microphone and webcam, you're welcome to call in and join our wee chat there for the last little bit. Check the chat there and you'll see it there. What was I going to say? There was a thing I had to ask you about, but I've completely forgotten what it was. God damn it.
Was it in relation to anything we were speaking about?
I don't remember. Shit. Now listen.
Right. Does it start with an A?
No.
Does it start with a B?
Oh, stop. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if you've noticed, of course, but I am in the middle of letting my hair grow, which is a bad thing. Because I mean, obviously, I'm stuck in the house now. Well, during this kind of like COVID shutdown thing.
Where's your video?
Where's my video? It's still there. It should be.
I can't see you. It's just a picture of you with like foam on your head.
A picture with me with foam on my head. What are you on about? The video is broadcasting live on the chat.
I don't know. I can't see your video. It's just Tattie and me.
Steven, but you're here. No. Listen, in the Hangout, I've got no video because I'm broadcasting my video on a separate camera to the live stream. You see, if you look at the Facebook video, you'll see my beautiful face there. Jesus, Steven.
Have you guys had a lockdown haircut yet?
So anyway, listen. So what's happening is that because I've been isolated for what now 6 days, I thought I'll let the beard come back in a bit because obviously I have to get the beard away now from my job. But I thought I'll let the kind of shit grow back in here. I'll let the head grow back in again. But the head looks terrible. It looks honestly, I'm going to let it grow until such point that I'm forced to cut off again, which. But it's repellent. I can feel the wind in my hair again, which is horrible. What hair I've got left, Steve? What are you doing?
Let it grow, let it grow.
That's horrifying. Come off of there. I mean, thankfully, Steve, your camera being such potato it really makes that stand out.
It's an absolute turd of a thing, isn't it? I would buy a new one, but you're obviously going to cry about it. So
I'm going to give you a new camera. I've got a spare camera I'm going to give you, because otherwise I'm going to have to kill you, because this is killing me. It's destroying me. Well, listen, guys, are we going to call an end to things, or what's the thing? Folks, if you are watching live, you do not need to download anything to your computer in Hangouts. All you've got to do is click the link in the chat, which should take you to the chat or the Hangout in your browser. And then, if you're on your phone, you're fucked, basically. But if you're, in the chat, I mean, you could call in your phone, but I'm not sending you fucking the link directly, you pricks. So, if you can't do it through your computer, then get fucked, basically. And that's that. I think that's pretty much everything we've covered tonight. Anything else top before we go at all? Or
Derek's back. Look.
I thought I would help you.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, he's back.
How you doing?
Oh, hello, Derek. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm trying not to be zombie Savile-esque and just join at the end of every show.
Jesus.
All right, big man.
Derek, let me ask you, how are you coping with this whole kind of lockdown situation? Are you surviving, or what's going on?
So I'm not too bad. I'm still working on a regular basis. So I'm out the house and every day, and I'm an unsociable bastard at the best of times. So it's actually not much different from a normal life.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
Now, can you tell us?
So no, the only downside is I've got to take this mighty beard off, because I'm getting face fitted for a mask this week. So.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Oh, better believe it.
When I had to take my majestic beard off when I got fit for my mask, it broke my heart, and I was thankful that they let me grow this kind of beautiful moustache here, because otherwise, I look like I should be on the Crime Watch, like the top 10 most wanted kind of guys. The moustache softens the blow a little bit, makes me I would say decidedly more handsome.
I'm just worried I'm going to look like Tattie once this is off.
Oh.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Oh, Ty, that's hurtful.
It's all good. Nothing wrong with being clean shaven.
Do you know what? This is just it started out as sheer laziness, and then I came to love it.
No, I fucking hate beards. You know what I hate about them most? Bits of food stuck in them.
That's the best thing.
That's
Steven.
the best thing. Yeah, it's a surprise.
Oh man!
What if you get milk in there and
It's
it
like
turns
carrying
within,
about your own Kinder egg.
Exactly. When I had the big beard,
I
there was one time, Steve.
I just keep one in my pocket.
When I had the big beard, there was one time that I dropped like you get those like packs of like Cadbury's Dairy Milk Nibbles things, like little teats looking things, and I dropped one of them in my beard and didn't know for like 6 hours, and I found it 6 hours later. I was like, this is an unexpected joy. I can eat this now. It's wonderful. Oh my
That's
God!
nasty.
I'm so happy. It was great.
It's a place to keep your pen.
What if what if you're indulging in some some time with your good lady?
Right.
So you can enjoy that later, is there?
There's a way to say, does it not get because I know a waft of like cranberry, you know what I mean?
You do retain a certain scent, a certain
musk.
That's
musk.
not cool, man.
Good word, Stevie. A good musk tie. That later on, when you're sitting down by yourself, having a wee kind of coffee and relaxing, post-coital, relaxing, is that you get the occasional waft. Like, oh, hello, Merry Christmas. How's things?
Oh no. I have to put you off your tatties.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, listen, folks, I think we're going to call an end to things. Derek, thank you for coming in at the very end there again.
It's the way I like it.
Thanks, pal. Folks, if you are enjoying the Gulag show, let us know. Obviously, contact us through the Facebook group or, again, through the email address, scott@dhbradio.com. Visit our website at dhbradio.com. Tweet us at DHB Radio or search for the DHB Radio Show on Facebook and for more details. I will be posting the audio from this show probably in the next few days. I will leave the video up here on the group chat. Thank you all guys for being involved. Stephen, thank you, even though you were horribly, horribly late.
Well, what can I say?
Right, okay. Tattie,
Do you remember what you were going to ask me?
I've got no fucking... I guarantee the minute I hit stop...
Come out tomorrow.
The minute I hit end stream, I'll be like, oh, you fucker. I'll know exactly what it is. Tattie, it's been great speaking again, pal. Are you available for future Gulag shows or regular DHB shows?
I'm doing fuck all else, am I really? To be honest.
Fabulous, fabulous. And Derek, of course, Derek, as usual, you can fuck off. It's been emotional.
Thanks.
Thank you, folks. Toodaloo. For those of you watching live, toodaloo. It's been emotional. I love you all. Good night. God bless. Toodaloo. Fucking get,
It's a night.
I'm babbling now. Thanks, Steve. Thanks.
See you later, guys.
Shut up.
See you, Derek.
I thought we were staying on.
Well, we can do, but I'm going to stop recording.
I thought we were staying on to see if anyone joins in.